Yeah, good evening. Welcome to Sky Blue Fans TV. Yes, I'm Jimmy Hill. I'm in the hot seat this evening, and we've got a lot to discuss. We have got the panel coming on later on just to talk about their starting 11 for tomorrow night and their reasons why they're going to pick that starting 11. Jack is back with his playoff stats. We've also got a Jack's debate as well. Doug King in November said in his press conference that we're a top 6 deck. But were we a top 6 deck back then? Or are we a top 6 deck now because we signed Grimes and Pato? We'll hear your thoughts on tomorrow's night's game as well. And how many goals do you think we're going to need to take into the away leg? Also, we've got Paul joining us, our Sunderland fan. He's going to be telling us a little bit about all about Sunderland and what to expect tomorrow. And will EMC be fit? Will he start? That is the big question. So let's get on with the show. That's enough from me, Jimmy Hill. And let's bring in Claudio. Oh, good evening, Claudio.
Yes, I've just stepped off the balcony and waved to all my new followers. God be with you. Peace on earth.
Peace on earth. Peace on earth. And let's bring in Vicky.
Evening.
Good evening. Good evening. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Good. Excellent. And where's Jack? Here he is. Jack in the hat. Good evening.
Evening, everybody.
Good evening. Well, that's enough of that. Right. Well, I had to do that. Sorry. I just had to do it. Just needed doing. Right then, let's get Paul in. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, all. How are the lads?
Good evening. Away the lads. Well, listen, we have got one big weekend plus a big Tuesday night coming along. We'll crack on and we'll talk to you first, Paul. We'll get you out the way, and then we can talk a load of rubbish about what we're expecting. No, thanks for joining us, mate. And
no problem.
I mean, are you excited for tomorrow, or are you a bit? Don't know.
No, it's a playoffs. How can you not be excited? You know, it's the old cliches, form out the window, etc. Or at least I'm hoping anyway. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, I would like to think the players are going to be well up for it. I mean, and in fairness, apart from recently down at your place, we've played pretty well against the top teams. So I'm cautiously optimistic we can keep it alive going back to the Stadium of Light on Tuesday. So,
and I mean, I've listened to a lot of podcasts this week, watched a lot of things on YouTube. I've never seen so much content out there as I have this week. It's just been content after content after content from different people, commenting on the playoffs, commenting on Coventry versus Sunderland, Bristol against Sheffield United, which we've got a couple of people watching the game. Claudio and Jack are going to keep us informed on that, which doesn't kick off till 8 anyway. But
I've got it on in the background as well.
Oh, brilliant. And I mean, going into this, everyone's been saying your form's not been right. You've lost 5 on the bounce. You've not scored. I think you scored 1 goal. Is it in 9 or something silly? Is it? Or
I think it's 3 in 10 or something like that. It's not a lot. I mean, the flip side of that is that we're not really conceding goals either. So the games have kind of, certainly the last 5 have almost had like a pre-season element to it. It's felt like going through pre-season. It's been very strange. That the atmosphere has been down, and I mean, we've barely put in a tackle for 5 weeks. You know, now whether that's because we secured our players fairly early and we've kind of eased up, or whether it's been deliberate from Labrie to try and eliminate injuries, I don't know. I mean, the upshot of it is the players are going to be fit, and we've kind of got pretty much a full strength team as well, full strength squad. So we had a couple of players coming back. I mean, Mundell's the big one for us. Now, whether I don't think he'll start tomorrow, he's likely to be on the bench. But Labree's kind of said he'll be ready for Tuesday. Ballard's back. So we've got big players kind of coming back. So it's nice. I mean, 3 years back when we played Luton in the playoffs, we played 4 midfielders in the defence. That was how kind of injury ravished we were then. You know, it was crazy. I mean, Lyndon Gooch at 5'6" as a central defender up against Morris was a non-event. So I'm kind of hoping for something. We at least put in a performance this time.
Well, that's all right, because we've got a left back who's 5'2", I think.
Yeah. Well, depending on the team, I think we could well be starting with Isidore on the right wing, on the left wing rather. So, and Mayenda up top. So, but we'll see. Labree keeps his cards close to his chest, but he's not one for tinkering too much. So.
I mean, a lot of people were saying this week as well that he has been resting players. Because you hit the playoffs so early, because you got in there so early, and your form dipped a bit. To keep up with Leeds and Sheffield United, also to keep up with Burnley.
It kind of became obvious, I think, when we lost to Leeds with an injury time goal, which was cruel really on the night because we played really well. That was kind of the time we'll give it up. And I think then we had something like a 13-point cushion to whoever it was in first. I can't remember if it was yourselves or somebody else. So yeah, there was 10 points to Leeds and Sheffield United and the big gap behind. So it kind of became obvious very quickly we were going to be in fourth. So that was when Labree just kind of, let's switch it around. So he was kind of introducing players who wouldn't normally play. And Harrison Jones made his debut for us and did very, very well. He's a player we've got big things for, hopefully next season. Yelder got some games under his belt coming back from injury, so that was good. Just in case one of our fullbacks goes down, he can play either side. So I understand people saying, we're massively out of form, but there's kind of things behind that, So, I mean, we'll see. Like I keep saying, we'll see.
We'll see.
I mean, so long as we'll put in a better performance than we did the last time we were down your place, so I think we'll be happy with that. I mean, that was a non-event, really, wasn't it? So
yeah, definitely. Anyway. I mean, I was watching one show, and they mentioned about your manager saying that he did this. He sort of started off well when he at his last club, and then towards the end of the season, last couple of months, he started losing form. You don't think that's part of it? Do you think it is? He has been.
I think that you can kind of dig deeper into that. In that, he started well at Lorient, and then kind of the board just flogged off whatever talent they had in the windows. And kind of second half of the season, he was forced to blood youngsters, and that was kind of when the form fell off a cliff. I mean, he's renowned in France as somebody who works well with the youth team in promoting the youngsters into the first team. And I think that's one of the reasons why Sunderland went for him in the summer, with having such a young team. I mean, one of the big signs we made in the summer was Mepham on loan, which kind of put about 3 years on the average age of the team, I think. I mean, Bellingham's still only 18 and seems like he's been around forever. Chris Riggs, 17. No, even Dan Naylor, who's the captain, I think he's still only 23. So they're a very young team. Wilson Isidore still, I think he's 21 or 22. Mayenda's 19. So, I mean, they're all players that's come on leaps and bounds this year, especially Bellingham, who sort of before Christmas was just a revelation.
I mean, do you think, though, going into these playoffs, I mean, we've got quite a few players that have done this already in the last couple of years. Do you think that your team might be just a little bit too young to cope with this pressure?
Yeah, good question. I don't know. I think the players sometimes, if they've got old heads on young bodies, you know. So I think they've learned a lot this season. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, Coventry have more experienced players probably through the team, but I think kind of we have a fairly strong back line, which I think will stand us instead tomorrow. I mean, Ballard's back. I think Ballard and Mepham will start in the centre with Trey Human, Dennis Serkin on the full backs. I mean, that to me, that's a pretty good back line. Which I mean we're going to need. I mean, Trey Hume up against Haji Wright should be one of the tussles of the night. I think. Looking forward.
I don't know about that. Not the way Haji Wright's been playing lately. I don't know if there'd be much of a tussle there.
Turns up against Sunderland, though, doesn't he? 4 goals this season against us.
Yeah, I know that, but it's like that's the only thing he's done since we played here. He hasn't done anything. He's been
we couldn't handle him that day.
Yeah, I don't know. Trust me, it's not been brilliant from him the last couple of weeks, unfortunately.
I think that's kind of one of the things. I mean, there is quite a lot of pessimism on our pages, but with it being Coventry, who don't tend to beat, our record's not great against yourselves. And as I say, the fact you beat us 3-0 fairly recently. But I mean, as I say, I mean, yeah, we've been in poor form, but I mean, Coventry are fairly strong at home, but away from home, he's pulled up no trees over the last few weeks. So, I mean, a lot of fans are kind of looking at that. I mean, he lost to Plymouth, he lost to Luton, the game I watched. I mean, yeah, there was sendings off and that, which kind of were very poor. But yeah, I think it'll be. I mean, if we can keep it. I mean, a draw would be great. A win would be unbelievable. A draw would be great. If we can keep it to within 1 goal, I think most Sunderland fans will be very happy going into the home game. I mean, it's looking likely it's going to be a full house on Tuesday, which is good. I think we're up to about 42,000 tickets sold at the moment. I mean, I know you have sold all your tickets, so it should be a great atmosphere.
Yeah, you didn't give us enough tickets.
Keeping it tight tomorrow.
Yeah, you didn't give us enough tickets. We gave you more tickets than you've given us. That ain't right.
Yeah, I find that.
You got a bigger stadium as well. It's sorted out.
I know I mean, the police have a big say up here in how many get in it. It's the most tickets we've given a team at all this season, 2,500. Most just get the standard 2,000.
I think we had 1,800 in the league, didn't we? Something like that. 1,800. I think we had.
Yeah, it was. So I think you did. I think you got less than the 2,000.
Yeah. No. You don't like us.
Well, I mean, some of your fans do have a bit of history up here. Let's be honest. Although the last 2 times, I don't think there's been any arrests. He's come up, so that's both sets of fans. So
well, you ain't had Jack up there yet in his hat.
I was there in November. I was there.
Yeah. I mean, that's another thing that a lot of Sunderland fans are kind of looking at as well. I mean, the first half of that game, we battered Coventry. We could have easily gone in 3 or 4-0 up, and then for whatever reason, we're kind of eased off second half. So I mean, it's in us. I mean, I went down from the half-time pint that day thinking, "Yep, this is it. We've got to win at last against them." No, it wasn't to be. It wasn't to be. So there's little positives we're clinging on to.
There's a comment coming here from Simon Hargreaves. He says, "Ask Paul, why did Bellingham get team of the season over Rudoni?"
I don't have an answer. I quite like Rudoni. I think he's an excellent player, and he's certainly a player that Sunderland had been heavily linked to before he went to Coventry. Well, I mean, he got in team of the season ahead of Brownhill as well from Burnley, who has had a phenomenal season. I'll be honest, I don't know who picks the team of the season. I would imagine that there'll be a panel of so-called experts. It'll be journalists. I don't know. I mean, I'm only big pick up Bellingham and say, as far as I'm concerned, he's had an excellent season.
Mm.
But I can appreciate there is players who have done well as well. I mean, my vote would have gone to Brownhill. I was surprised that he wasn't in the team, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know who picks them. As for your fans, then, I mean, you've touched on it, and you've touched on the form that you've had against us over the last few years, quite a long time. But how are the fans? How are they looking forward to this tomorrow? Are they feeling upbeat? Because, as I say, every show I've watched, they're all sort of downbeat about this.
It's hard to say. I mean, the social media brigade, I would say, are quite negative. But most of the people that kind of I work with, that I drink with, we're fairly glass half full people. I mean, we've seen it before. We know how football works. You can have slumps, and then all of a sudden you're on a peak, you know. So I think things can turn around pretty quickly. I mean, I'm old enough to remember, as we touch on every time I'm on here, the classic 76-77 season, when we went 10 games without scoring a goal and took only 2 points. Only 2 points out of then 10 games. And then we got a very scrappy last-minute winner against Bristol City, ironically, on a Friday night to win the game 1-0. And then the next 3 games, we won 4-0, 6-0, and 6-1. So I think things can turn pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Showing me age.
Things can happen. And we know what football's like, don't we? We know exactly what football's like. As you've just mentioned about us going to Plymouth, getting beat. They should have been down to 10 men after about 15 minutes, I think it was. And then, you guys going on this run of 5 defeats. I mean, it is a bit of a bad run, but there's something behind that. I can see that there's.
Well, the last time I came on your show, you'd just been beaten off Derby County, and you were kind of right down in the dumps and kind of putting it down, kind of worst performance of the season and whatnot. And then look what happened the next game. You pulled that one out of the hat. So it can turn.
It can.
I mean, I was looking at stuff for the game this week. I don't know if you kind of know who the ref is. If you've picked up on that one. A guy called John Busby. Well, John Busby has refereed Sunderland versus Coventry before in the past. He was in charge of the completely miserable and boring 5-4 game a few years back.
Yeah, that was boring.
Kind of made us smile a little when I realised. But he's done 2 Sunderland games this season, and I can't remember much about the games at all, which is a good sign as far as I'm concerned. He was in charge of us. We beat Luton Town 2-0 up there, which is probably the most comfortable match I think we've had all season. And he did a 1-1 draw at Millwall. And I can't remember anything about that Millwall game other than them scoring in the last minute. So I did a check, and he's refereed used once this season in a 2-0 defeat at West Brom. So I'm rather hoping he's going to be a good woman, apart from that 5-4 a few years back.
I wish we were having Stuart Atwell from last week, because he was unbelievable. He was best ref we've had all season. He let the game flow.
That's what you want. You don't want to be talking about the referee.
He didn't blow his whistle. There was some occasion during the game where a normal championship referee would have gave a free kick. He let it play because he knew it weren't. And the goal, the second goal, when Asante got the ball out wide, he nudged the player off, and that normally would have been given as a free kick, and he let it carry on. He was that good. You didn't really, and not just him, his assistants as well were fantastic. I wish for our 2 games we were having him, because for both teams he would be spot on. I think we've got to be very careful of these refs that we've got coming through for these 2. So much money.
Kind of is an opinion in kind of the EFL/Championship circle that whenever you get Prem refs dropping in, they're kind of lost without that big VAR tools for them, and they kind of look, and they never consult the assistants. So I mean, I can't remember him ever doing anything daft with us. I mean, we've had a few Prem refs. haven't been too bad. Although we don't particularly like Pawson. Pawson tends to stiff us every time he revs us. But Pawson's what we call a Saudi ref. In that I think there's 5 Premier League referees who referee regularly in Saudi Arabia and get handsomely paid for it. I'm not sure if you knew that. And so we know them as Saudi refs. And whenever one of them's on VAR, our friends up the road tend to get a lot of dubious decisions. But that's another story.
Are you
Story for another day.
Are you travelling down? Are you travelling down?
No, I'm not. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough points for a ticket. Tickets for the big games like this, I think it started at 60 points, and I'm nowhere near that. I mean, a few years back, I would have had enough points, but not now. So the only away games I get to are ones that kind of don't get snapped up quickly. Swansea away, QPR away, and the nice short trips like that, Plymouth away. They're the type of games. If I want to go away, I have to go to now. With little chance for Coventry. I think they were snapped up in about 4 hours.
Yeah. You just mentioned points. So you said 60 points.
Yeah.
So how does yours work then? Because ours is we get 10 for some games, we get 20 for others, and if you
get a point for each game you go to, each away game you go to, and there's extra points for things like cup ties. So if we have a home cup tie in either the League Cup or the FA Cup, you get a point for that. Games that are like what you would class as extraordinary circumstances, you get points for. So we played Sheffield United on New Year's Day at an 8 o'clock kickoff. And the club give a point for that one because there's basically no transport to get to the match. So, I mean, despite the fact I think the attendance on the night was announced as 42,000, there was nowhere near 42,000 at the game. So they kind of said everybody who went through the turnstile would get a point. Everybody whose card was activated. So you kind of build them up, but you lose points after 3 years. So if you don't say, I think I've got about 6 points at the moment, but I think 3 of them will drop off after this season. So I'll start next season with 3 points, and you've got to kind of build them up again. But there's fans who go to every match who'll have. I mean, there was clearly in excess of 2,800 fans who had 60 points. So I don't think it reached the second stage. So the second stage was 40 points, and then it drops down until finally you get the general sale if there's any left. But this was never going to go below the 60.
Oh, well, at the end of the day, you'll be going Tuesday, won't you? So you'll be all right.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've got my ticket for Tuesday. I'm all set for that.
Brilliant.
So
Let's get some scores.
If we were Sunderland fans, we'd be fine. We've got 1,700 points currently, so we would have got.
Well, I don't know about you, Jack. I don't know about you. I definitely would be. I've got 2,300 and something, so I'm all right.
It's different. I mean, every club will use different systems, but I mean, this is one Sunderland's used for years, So certainly since we moved to the stadium, I like.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I think
most fans seem to be happy with it.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's good how they do it. I believe it definitely works. Now, got 2 questions for you.
Okay.
So before we let you go, because we've got to crack on. First of all, spot the ball. Where do you think the ball is? Have a go, Paul.
Number 5.
Number 5 for Paul. Okay. Vicky, have you seen the answer? Vic?
Number 6.
Number 6. Okay. Claudia, have you seen the answer?
No.
Okay, have a guess then.
Number 2.
Number 2. Okie dokie, Pope. Right, and we'll let you know if you win later on, Paul. Let's get some scores then. First leg, let's get some scores. What do you reckon, Paul? We'll come to you first. I'm
sitting on the fence with a 1-1 draw. I think we'll ride the early storm. I think Wilson will pinch one. Wilson Isidore will pinch one on the break, and we'll hang on until about the last 5 minutes, and you'll pop up with a late rescue act like you have done many times this season when I've watched you. So I'm going for sitting on the fence, 1-1 draw.
Okay. Jack in the hat, what we going for?
Well, what Paul doesn't realise is we don't draw games, especially at home. So, and we don't really lose them either. I can see us winning, but not necessarily comfortably. I think it'll be 2-0, but I don't think it'll be a comfortable 2-0. I think it'll be 2 goals, maybe against the run of play slightly, but I think we'll do the business at home 2-0.
Okay. Talking about that, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think we've won 16 games at home this season.
Yeah.
Is that right, Claudio?
14 in the league.
14 in the league, yeah. Yeah. So you got to have that. You got to have that home form. Claudio, you sitting on the fence as well?
No, I'm going for a big 3-0. And when I go up to the Stadium of Light on Tuesday, I'm going to take my beach towel and just simply bathe in the floodlights and just let the game play out for 90 minutes. I might take a paper with me just to read while the game's going on or something.
Should bring a beach ball, not a towel.
A beach ball, yeah.
I would bring one of them as well. What about a lilo? She would take a lilo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Paul, can I just ask you one thing?
Yes.
Would you prefer to play first? Because I think it's a massive advantage in these playoffs playing first. I don't know what you think.
I prefer the home tie first.
Yeah.
I really do. Traditionally, I think we've done better when we've had the home tie first as well.
Make that 4-0 then.
But I mean, we have our playoff record is actually pretty decent in terms of we do generally get past the semi-final stage. It's when we're in the final that we kind of don't turn up, apart from the last one when we beat Wickham. I mean, we've got a history of just being rubbish. We lost to Charlton twice. The last time, rather pathetically. We lost to Swindon, who played us off the park in 1990, but didn't go up through financial issues, so we nicked their place in, fortunately. So, yeah, we tend to do decent in the semi, but it's the final that lets us down. So, I mean, that's another thing I'll cling on to as well. But, yeah.
Let's get Vicky's prediction.
I'm going to go 2-1 to Coventry.
2-1. Okay.
I would take that.
Yeah. That bit there, away goal. Yeah. That could make it very exciting next Tuesday. 12-0.
In all honesty, we need 2-goal lead, I think, if I'm being honest. Because we let goals in. We know we do.
Yeah.
I'm going to go.
Tell. I mean, a lot of Sunderland fans are kind of, we're going to get battered, and then there's people going, well, Chef Wed were 4-0 down after the first leg a couple of seasons ago and turned it around. But I think if it finished 4-0 tomorrow night, I think you'd see a half-empty stadium on Tuesday, to be honest with you. I don't think turn up. But I think to get the atmosphere rocking, I don't think we can lose by more than 2. I think 2 would be the threshold.
I'm going to go, and I was going to do Claudio's score, but I can't copy him. So I'm going to go 3-1. There you go. 3-1 tomorrow. So we'll see how that pans out, and we'll see how the other games going to pan out tonight as well, because they're about to kick off.
I think it should be good. I think it should be a good one.
Yeah. Good luck to Bristol. Come on, Bristol.
I mean, that's ironic as well, isn't it? Bristol City in the playoffs as well. So, I mean, if we take care of business for you, then we can get Bristol in the final. But, kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
I so want Bristol.
Exercise the demons.
I so want Bristol to beat Sheffield United. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, I do as well. I think Sheffield United they'll do it. They're a resilient bunch.
I hope they don't. Listen, Paul, thank you so much. Are you going to join us on Sunday as well?
Yeah, positively, yeah.
Brilliant. Excellent. Yeah. So Ken will be on Sunday with the crew. I won't be here Sunday because I'm off to sunny Devon Saturday morning.
Very nice.
So Well, thank you so much for coming on, Paul. Have a
problem.
wonderful night. Hope tomorrow's not as good, and then hope you have a nice weekend.
Well, thank you very much, and see you all later.
See you later.
Cheers,
Thanks, Paul.
Catch you later.
Ta-ra. Brilliant. Absolutely superb. Right, let's get straight to comments then. Yeah, let's do it. Let's crack on.
All right. And first of all, new member, Dan Young. Thank you, Dan, for becoming a YouTube member. And
Yes, don't forget, if you want to become one of those, you can.
And thanks for your kind messages earlier. Really, really, yeah, we take it all on board, and we thank everybody who do send in messages saying how good we are. The ones who say we're not any good, we sort of ignore those.
We don't get any of those.
No, we don't get many of those. I'll let Ken deal with them. Dark farts.
You don't know how to get on the email.
Exactly. So, Dark farts, 3 teams, 1 Sky Blue in the playoffs. You just know the Sky Blues will win the playoffs this year. It's our year. Adam Tom says, what's he say? I have a good feeling about tomorrow. At home with a full crowd, we are nearly impossible to beat. Teams have to play perfectly, and Sunderland are far from that at the moment, which is true. I still think the run of form isn't great for them at the minute. And the manager's press conference, I don't know if anybody saw it. I don't know, he seems very downbeat, actually. Not. That's probably because he's French. Sam Hayworth, Miles, you've just done me with that mask. Ha 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 ha. Doug Bonham says, "Good evening, Jimmy." It's a scary mask, actually. Got to say that. Paul Stratton, what a big 5 days coming. Bring it on. Can they switch on form? Very much doubt it. It's finally coming round, isn't it? It's fantastic. Liam was, hope no Sunderland fans are watching. They've probably just punched a hole in the door. Will King, good evening, Will. He says believe, and of course we do believe. And
He's been watching Ted Lasso again, isn't he?
Yeah, we're all clean shaven again. So that's good to see. Glenn, Sky Blue Hub, Miles, you've aged terribly. Play up Sky Blue, says Danny Drury. Mark Patman, good evening all. This is our year to make it to the promised land. We are playing well at the right time. Steve Price, evening all, a massive 2 points. Me and Tom are on the Prawnio Bachos. Has got hospitality to ensure we got tickets for tomorrow. Yes. Graham Cockrell says YouTube not working. Are you sure?
Yeah, it is. It's definitely working.
Will King says, hope you've got a Doug King mask.
We've done that, Will. We did that, didn't we, at Middlesbrough away? Do you remember?
That's true.
I've still got mine.
Have you?
I took it out.
I lost mine.
A 2-goal lead would be fantastic, but I fancy we might need to settle for a 1-goal lead. I see Jack's looking at the match there.
Yeah, I keep glancing at it on my second monitor.
Oh no, I thought Sheffield had just scored them, but they didn't. Wendy Heron, even all Claudio. I'm laughing at my the Pope pitch, I'd imagine. Even all, I'm confined to French barracks, says Ian Small, due to my wife being away. Gutted. That's terrible, Ian. What's going on? Come on. Nathan Sullivan, Miles, your chin looks smaller. Yes, Anne Joyner says, all hail Papa Claudio. Anne sent me and Miles a message earlier saying if you go into the club shop, you only get half hour free in the car parks now. You have to make sure you register your car.
Oh, I was going to do that later.
Oh, sorry. Well, yeah, I've got it out of the way for you. And I always park in Tesco and just walk across.
You spoilt it now. I've got it all planned out.
We never said, did you?
Well, it's there in the... Oh, forget it.
I was having a domestic.
I'll just do it later anyway. Forget it.
Yeah.
I've written it all down. I know what I'm saying.
Wilkins says, Robins, tonight, big friends of mine, lifelong supporters. What we got here? Fran Hunter It's a long one. This already is that. Watch the live news from the Vatican when the crowd was chanting for the new Pope. I Googled, translated it, came back with Sky is. We've got dodgy sticks, so moving. It's what's not annoying about that, because he first of all starts speaking in Italian, which I can perfectly understand, and the guy, it's almost like an AI translation going on in the background. I'm thinking, well, yeah, that's not right. It's just nonsense. I think he was asking for a Prawnio Baccio. Yes. Peter Doolan, good evening, crew. Hope all is well. Forward to seeing my mighty Sky Blues clinch another Wembley visit. Going to both games, so I'll be celebrating and feeling miserable on Tuesday on the coach. Well, hopefully not miserable.
I'm going to be miserable because I've got Claudio sat next to me.
Yes. I still don't know how Luca's going to do, because he's definitely done his ACL. So I don't know how he's going to do those steps.
There's a lift, Claudio. There's a lift, because last time we went,
There's a lift.
Someone on. Oh, we've got Jordan, who's visually impaired, and he managed to get a lift. I'm pretty sure they didn't make him do a load of stairs.
There's a lift, because Martin.
We can ask Claudio on the bus. We can ask Alison, because she's coming.
There is a lift, because Martin phoned me today. He says, "Make sure you wait for me to arrive so we can go in the lift."
Oh, let's all do it together.
I'll set you up on that as well. I don't want to do that.
I've got no chance of doing 16 flights of stairs.
I'll do the stairs down if we win 4-0. That'll be fine. That'll be easy.
Oh, down you can do it. It's up you can't do it.
Yeah. Would you prefer going down then, Miles, or would you prefer going up? Which is your favourite? Any preference? Mark Rainbow.
I like going up in the lift.
I like going up in the league.
Mark Rainbow. I'm starting to worry myself. I'm confident for tomorrow like I was for Middlesbrough. I think we'll dominate the game. Not so sure about the away game, but that'll depend on how Sunderland turn up. It's really weird with Sunderland. They're never as strong as you think they're going to be. No matter what division they're in, I don't know. Size of the club, it's weird, I find. Carl Oakley, regardless of what happens tomorrow on Tuesday, Carl Oakley, Sunderland have been saving their players for the games. It's not going to be easy. I'm not sure they have been, though. That's what you got. All right, sorry. Next one.
I just saw one. So obviously Claudio and Ken had their date. Ken cheated on Claudio with Miles, so me and Claudio going on the bus together this time.
I've had some rubbish blind dates, I'll tell you. I've been watching so much content, podcasts, etc. This is Nicholas James, and the feeling is that we are winning the whole damn thing, which concurs in my 2-month-long prediction of playing Sunderland, beating them and winning at Wembley. That's still happening. I love Nicholas, ever the optimist, has been all season, to be fair. Dark Farts, hard to download Kylie the other day. I had to download Kylie the other day. It's been playing in my car ever since. Much better than Burnley's one.
What's Burnley's one?
Natalie Bedingfield.
Natasha Bedingfield. I can't think of it. Unwritten? Is it Unwritten?
Yeah, it's just
that just says it all about their style of football, then, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right. Wayne Littlewood, what a day. Let's have it. Bring on Wembley again. Ole, ole, ole.
Ole.
Trevor Merriman.
I can't get used to this new way, and it's always positive. What's going on?
I know. It's Trevor Merriman. I'm not overconfident about tomorrow, 0-0. Oh, all right. And Wayne then says, need a result tomorrow. I think if we go there with no advantage, then we will struggle. They'll be well up for it. Let's remind everybody, we drew both our last playoff matches at home, and we thought we'd blown it, and we didn't. So, and normally, it's not very often when if you win the first leg, it gets overturned. It's very rarely it gets overturned. That's why I find it weird that they give the advantage to the team low down. I think playing first would be much better. Chris Brooks says, he says, need 2 or 3 cushion, in my opinion. Could see BTA start and bag a couple. You know my opinion of him. Sorry, Vic. Think Sims needs dropping. I don't know why they have to apologise to you, Vicky. It's interesting, isn't it? Oasis 4426. Had you right? What a shower of, oh dear. He's obviously not a Cov fan. It's a bit harsh.
No, he is a Cov fan.
Is he?
Yeah, if you go further down, yeah. I've seen his comment.
Trevor Merriman, as much as I like Jack, I don't think stats or bogey teams matter for the next 2 games. That's all well and true, but
that's that subject gone out the window.
Well, totally wrong, because I know how they're feeling, and if we get our noses in front, their fans behind that goal will go quiet because they're thinking, "Here we go again," just like we would have done if it was Preston away. I think
we've had Chris apologising to Vicky when talking about Sims. We've had Trevor apologising to me when talking about stats.
Yeah, yeah.
Them's the rules now, apparently.
Nicholas James will be taking at least a 2-goal advantage. They've been out of form for 2 months, so they're not going to turn up and play amazingly. Not on your life. The players don't believe, the fans don't believe we are going through. I think that's true. I actually think they've run out of legs. They're a young side, aren't they? Assassins United says hi. Well, I think has it come yet? Yes. Hi all. Wow, what a season. We just need to enjoy it now. We've had some awful times in the last 20 years, so embrace it, enjoy it, sing yourself hoarse. What will be. Super Frank Sky Blue Army. Going to be a great atmosphere tomorrow, says Hector. Will King. He says, I've just gone past it. Great to see. Here we go. Great to see all SBTV clean shaven. Vicky, maybe your legs too.
I'm not getting that out live on TV.
So the comments are ahead of us because Sheffield United have just scored, but it's offside.
Oh,
the liner's got his flag up, but he's took a while to decide that.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's still 0-0.
Yes.
And what makes you think only Vicky shows her legs?
You actually did the Pope gig, didn't you?
If Tats is getting 180 with his first 3 ever darts, we are getting to the Premier League.
Can you believe he did that?
I know.
Is that? Are they winding us up, or he really did get a 180?
I don't know.
I think he really did. Jack, I think Jake Bidwell just seems so like in awe of that. I think it must be true.
Wow, that's amazing, isn't it? I've never even hit a 180. Only me night trainers.
Gary says, do you think we'll follow our pattern with Sunderland in recent years? Draw, win, draw, win, draw, win. Well, we could do.
I don't know. Do you know what? If we draw and we go up there, I think it's going to be a bit more difficult than what it was when we went to Notts County and Middlesbrough. I don't think our way form for this game, if we were to do that, I don't think our way form is good enough. I know it's one game, but I just don't think our way form is good enough.
I think you're right, Miles. I said that before, didn't I? We need one good away performance now to get us through, I think. Regardless of what we do tomorrow, because even if we win 2-0, we still need a good away performance at their place. It can quickly turn, can't it?
Yeah. And then Wembley's just a home game, so we don't have to worry about that.
Dan Young, atmosphere will be electric tomorrow night. I think the team sheet will be the same either though BTA proved himself last game, SBA CCFC.
Yeah, that's because he's done it on YouTube. It brings up little pictures.
Oh, is it? Sorry, I didn't. Mick Kelly, last time Sunderland scored 2 goals was 11 games ago. So 3-0 to City tomorrow night should do us. We've got an extraordinary record against Sunderland. It is. It's when you think they're like historically they're in the top 10 clubs in this country. If you look at their stature in terms of they spent 68 seasons in the top flight before they got relegated, twice as longer than what we did. We didn't play them. That's the first time we played them was in 1967 in the league, which is when we got promoted to the top flight. It's incredible that we've got such a good record against them in the last 40 years. I mean, it's 40 years since they've beaten us at home. It's bizarre. And they got relegated that season. And they got relegated in 1977 when they beat us as well. So that famous game when
There's Tats throwing the darts, look.
Gary Anderson, that attitude some fans are worrying, already thinking about Wembley. It'd be different Sunderland to the one a few months ago.
Probably.
Well, I was on a podcast today, and apparently the guy was saying there's a lot of Sunderland fans already cancelling their weekend at Wembley. Mark Patman,
more, and then we'll get on to our subject.
Mark Patman, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow night. I reckon it'll be 3-0 Cov. Mick Kelly, Gary, it's called banter. Don't take it to heart. We know it will be a hard game. And I'll do one more than Mars. I'll go down. We've got lots of guess the spot the balls. Sorry, be there a second.
Sorry, Bristol City.
I'll read this one from Nicholas James. I think our boys under Frank's guidance will handle these big games. Having listened to Rudy in the press interview, he and our lads are feeling confident and looking forward to it. Our players have experience of big occasions with Ben back in goal. We have another big leader and a personality on the pitch. We will roar our lads to a 2 to 3-0 win to take up there.
That'd be a dream, wouldn't it, to take up there 3-0? It'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Right then, so we're going to crack on then. First of all, don't forget you can vote for your player of the season. Get your guesses in. Well, get your guesses in. Get your nominations in. You've got until the 16th of May, 12 a.m. So we're going to run it through these two playoffs. So if you want to get your player of the season in, skybluefanstv@gmail.com, you can win next season's home or away shirt. It is email only competition. Please do not put your nominations on here because we can't keep track. And also, here's Spot the Ball. Get your guesses in. Where do you think the ball is tonight? Have a go. You can win a little prize tonight up for grabs. Get your guesses in. And Jack's doing spin the wheel in the background. So let's get an update then on Sheffield United against Bristol down in the West Country of Bristol. What's going on, Jack?
Well, Bristol City just at the bar as I oohed at, but I seem to be about a minute or two behind all the comments. I'm on Sky Go because I'm on my computer, so I'm behind. So you're going to get updates from the comments quicker than me, I think, tonight. But it's a tasty game already. It's very basketball-y, and there's tackles flying in left, right, and centre. So if you know, Chris Wilder could be very unhappy if they lose 1-0 and then going to Bramall Lane, you never know what's going to happen.
Brilliant. Well, keep us updated, or Claudio, one of you can jump in at any time. Right then, let's start off then. We brought in Paul first for Sunderland to give us his views. I've asked you all to pick your team for tomorrow night. Now, I'm going to read out Ken's first because, unfortunately, Ken is working. So he might make a cameo later. He's got to come and pick a ticket up off me. So you might hear the door go. But his team for Friday night, he says, my team for Friday night is Wilson, Bidwell, Milan, Thomas, Kitchen, Grimes, Sheaf, Sakamoto, Radoni, Haji Wright, and Asante. Right, so that's Ken's team. Let's come to you first, Vicky. Who have you picked, and brief description why?
Okay, pretty much the same as Ken, actually. Just essentially, I'd go for the same team as started against Middlesbrough on Saturday. So Wilson in goal, Milan, Bobby, Kitchen. I'd keep Bidwell in, I think, at the moment. Then Grimes, Sheaf, Radoni, Sakamoto, Wright, and Sims. If it wasn't for the injuries that we've got, I'd have been tempted to go back to the team that's started. We had like Efron and things like that being injured. I'd have gone that starting 11 because I think they started quickly against Sunderland, and Sunderland going to think, oh dear, we struggled to cope against that. So that's what I would have done, but obviously that's not an option. So I'd start with the team that started against Middlesbrough. And I know people are talking about starting Asante, but I think Asante is a player you want to bring on. I think he's a better option off the bench rather than flipping out and having the option to be Sims off the bench. I think Asante is the player that can Patterson. So that's what I would do.
Okay, cool, brilliant. Love it. And I love that you're sticking with your man, Sims. Absolutely superb. As always, talking lots of common sense. Let's come to Claudio then. This is going to be interesting.
I love how you follow lots of common sense and you come to me.
That's more common sense.
No,
Kind of a balanced argument, Claudio. That's why it's balanced argument.
Yeah. Right, okay. Obviously, betting goal. Milan, Kitchen, Thomas. I'll bring De Silva back in because I just think we need an attacking option down that left-hand side better than Bidwell. We're at home. We need to get forward, I think, and get some goals. And he's good at that. He's good at getting forward. Midfield, Grimes, Rodoni, Sheaf. It's the midfield that most teams would want in this championship, I think, when they're all on form. I'd then have, of course, Sakamoto, Haji Wright, and I'll still play Sims up front. I don't think Sims coming on as a sub offers very little. I've never seen him once come off the bench and actually do anything. So he's better off starting. And
apart from Bristol City away in the Corp.
Yeah, but then he made 5 changes. He changed half the team and he realised they were crap, didn't he? But also Asante, when he starts, has offered very little. He's definitely better coming off the bench. And I don't think we need to start him off the bench. If they've got Luke O'Nien playing, which he'll probably play, you want a big bloke in front of him. He couldn't handle Ellis Sims or Haji Wright. Well, sorry, it was Haji Wright, wasn't it, who played up top that day. So I reckon that's what we'll go with. The only thing that could happen is that he puts Asante out wide and puts Wright down the middle. But then you're moving players around for the sake of it, which I think is wrong. Which is the problem Mark Robbins had in the start of the season, playing players out of position. We moaned about it virtually every programme we did, saying play your strongest players in the right place. So, if you play right down the middle, you're sacrificing the left-hand side and you're putting Asante out there, unless he plays Patterson. So I think it'd be pretty much the same as Saturday, and I reckon Silver for Bidwell.
Okay, Jack. See, that wasn't too bad, Claudio.
No.
I think we're all agreeing on 9 players for certain, and that's Wilson, Milan, Bobby, Kitch, Sheaf, Grimes, Rodoni, Sakamoto, and Wright. That's the nailed-on 9, I think, that no one would dispute. De Silva at left-back would be my preferred choice. We're at home, like Claudio said. He's better going forward. He's better on the ball. He played in the game against Sunderland at home a couple of weeks ago. And Sunderland don't play long balls over the top of De Silva or Bidwell like a lot of other teams have nailed as our weakness. So because Sunderland haven't really narrowed that down, De Silva's your preferred option, in my opinion. He's been very, very good recently. Was obviously unlucky with the red card that he picked up. We don't need to go over that again. But he would be the player that I'd bring him back in personally, especially for the home leg, like Claudio said. And then your final player is, do you keep Sims? Do you put Asante on the wing that's been mentioned? I think against shorter and slightly less strong centre halves, in which Sunderland have, Sims is the preferred guy. I agree with both the panel that I was going to bring up Sims's goal scoring record. I will actually. Sims has only scored 1 goal at home since Leeds last year on the 6th of April. And that was against Luton Town, header from a corner. So clearly he's no goal threat. There you go. I wrote it out for you. He's no goal threat, but could he do a job? If he can hold the ball up and he can jump, if somehow they've taught him since last week to jump and hold the ball up a bit better, he can genuinely be a threat. And I think 2 taller strikers / wingers in Sims and Wright against a shorter side against Sunderland is the better option. Asante's definitely better off the bench on a counter-attack for sure. And if we lead 2-0 going away to Sunderland, again, Asante is the sort of perfect man that may even start as a bit of pace on a counter-attack, because we might sit a little bit deeper at the Stadium of Light, let them come onto us and unleash Wright and Asante on a counter. So therefore, leave him on the bench at home, maybe play him away. So I'd actually go unchanged 11. It's a very long way of saying an unchanged 11. Oh no,
De Silva. Okay, right then. Mine. You ready? I'm just unchanged.
I think say Coventry goal then.
No, no. I'm sticking with what we've got. I think this is the time now that your two strikers have really got to step up, and I think if there's any occasion that they're going to step up, I think it's this week, these next two games. As for Bidwell and De Silva, I know what you're saying, Jack, about Sunderland haven't worked it out. We've just given them the game plan, so I'm sticking with Bidwell. I think for me, Bidwell's a bit more solid. I know De Silva gets forward, I know that, but so can Jake. Jake can get the overlap. If you watched last weekend, he was overlapping all the time. He was always, getting down the left-hand side. You could see it all through the game. And in the second half, when Middlesbrough started putting the pressure on, apart from he nearly knocked out Ben Wilson towards the end of the game, unbelievable challenge. I thought he was going to wipe him out. I think you stick with it and you give. This is Sims's last chance saloon for me, I think, and it's such a shame because there is such a good player in there. We've seen it last season, and we know he can do it. He's done it for Sunderland, and I think if there's any game that he's gonna for him to get a bit motivated about, I think this is the one. At home, in front of another record crowd. What's it going to be? 31,458 again, whatever it is. They might have sneaked a few more seats in somehow. I don't know how they're going to do that. I just think this is the time he's got to turn up, and you bring Asante on as an impact. If it ain't working, you change it just after half time, probably 40 minutes to go. You bring him on then and you give him 40 minutes out there, because I think Sims has got to really, this is his last chance. Haji Wright, well, you know how I feel about Haji Wright. I've said it last season, I've said it this season. I think he's very lazy, but he's the best finisher we've got, and we know that he is the best finisher we've got. Radoni's closely behind. But Haji Wright has to turn up, because he hasn't done nothing since the Sunderland game. He's done absolutely sod all. And for me, that's why these two need this game, I think. I think these two need this game. And what better time to do it than now? Because they could be playing Premiership football next season. This is it now. And they should be thinking in their minds, I could be playing Premiership football next season. I think the thing is with Sims, I think he thinks he's too good for Championship. Well, if he thinks he's too good for the Championship, it's his time now to step up, really show what he can do. And in August, you'll be in the Premier League, where he thinks he belongs. So this is it now. And he's really, as I say, they've got to have, this is their chance. So they are sticking with it.
To be honest, I wouldn't argue if you did pick the same 11. I think nobody would, to be honest. It's a case of let's go again, isn't it? And really, in all honesty, I kind of would expect that. I wouldn't expect them to change anything.
Not unless there's a late injury. Not unless there's a late injury today on the training pitch, or tomorrow morning when they go in for a little warm up. Or someone gets
I've heard of a late injury. Sakamoto's got dartitis.
Dartitis, dear oh dear.
You leave my Sakamoto alone.
No.
Right.
I'll tell you the one thing that obviously we were talking then about Bellingham being in team of this season. I haven't seen a whole lot of Sunderland this year. I don't know what. It's just some teams you see more of, don't you? But against us, Bellingham didn't really stand out. But clearly he's been doing something in some games to be in the team of the season. So I guess that's a bit of a worry, whether we haven't seen the best of some of those players and they've got something to prove as well. So that's why we need to go out and start well before they do the same to us.
That player, that's team of the season though. You got two. You got that's voted by the players, whereas I think the other one, Rodoni's in. There's two. There's the EFL Championship. And the players. They're voted. I think the players is not in it, but is in the other one, Rodoni. You see, but Bellingham, he just had a great start to the season, and the votes are done quite early, just after February. It's ridiculous when they did the voting. So it's strange how they do it. Really strange.
Okay, now listen. Before we go on to Jack's stats.
You call me Jacko if you want. I don't mind.
Before we go on to Jack's stats, okay.
Jack's stats.
I've had a message. Jack's stats. I've had a message today, and anyone that's watching, if you can pass this on to all your friends and family that are going to the game tomorrow, please can you pass this message on? The first one is from the Singers Corner again. They want everyone to wear sky blue. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. I don't know if it's going to be warm, cold. I don't know. But everyone, we are 180 minutes away from Wembley, and they want everyone to get in sky blue again, like we did last weekend. Absolutely fantastic. The ground looked amazing, and you imagine what it looked like under the floodlights. It's going to look brilliant. So if everyone can get up there tomorrow wearing sky blue, I've seen some people wearing the away kit, seen some people wearing the third kit. Wear sky blue tomorrow. Let's get every single person wearing sky blue. Take your scarf and swing it around or whatever you want to do with it. Take a flag, do all that. Now, I've also had another message. Are you podding tonight? Yes, I am. Can you ask, without mentioning who I am, but can people please get in their seats for 7:45 tomorrow? That's all I'm going to say. So if everyone, pass it on to your friends and family who are going to the game, can you please take your seats for 7:45? There you go. Brilliant. Excellent. Right.
I mean, I've got no idea what it is, but if it's a light show, please let it be better than Sheffield United's. That was shocking.
It's not a light show because we haven't got the bloody lights.
Well, no, Sheffield United, some bloke putting the switches on and off, wasn't it, Jack? It was pathetic. You were there, weren't you, Miles? You were there as well.
Yeah, it was pants.
Absolutely embarrassing.
Claudio, are you watching the game?
It's still 0-0.
Yeah, so tell us what's happened so far. Come on.
Well, we've had a shot. There's been a shot by Hamer that was pushed away. There's a through ball. That big lumper there's up front, Sheffield United. I mean, got through but got pushed aside and it was cleared. Bristol City, 67% possession so far, but they just passed the ball around nicely. It's a lot of hustle and bustle.
Okay.
So nothing.
Being sent off then.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah. I'm going to do a Chris Kamara and go, oh, has he been sent off? Who's that? Oh, I thought he was getting
subbed. Right then, Jack and his stats. Come on, Jack. Let's get your stats up.
So I've got not of my own stats this week. It took a lot of Googling to well, not a lot to be honest. The stats are out there. Playoff related stats, obviously, given the theme. It's about teams that get promoted and from what position in the playoffs they get promoted. So essentially, if you finish in the top position, which is third in the Championship in League One or fourth in League Two, more than likely you're the team promoted. It's about a third chance, just more than a third chance that you're promoted, and mostly evenly shared out between fourth, fifth, and sixth. Although in League Two, seemingly if you come bottom of the Championship places, you're more likely to go up than fifth and sixth, which is very, very bizarre, I thought. But yeah, it just goes to show that every team does get promoted. It's just more likely that the team that come in third do, and that's obviously Sheffield United, who we don't want to win tonight, and we don't really want to play them at Wembley. I mean, it would be funny to see Hamer and O'Hare crying after they missed their penalties against us. But what are the chances of that? Quite low. I can see Sheffield United personally getting promoted if they get past Bristol City. And then another bit of a stats that I was looking at was teams that tend to get promoted based on their form. So if you have the best form coming into the playoffs, again, there's about a third chance that you're going to get promoted. If you come in with poor form, slightly less likely on average. And then the middle two teams, it's sort of 50-50 as you kind of expect that to go. And then the form table below is of the last 5 games, which is what the stats at the top show. So over the last 5 games, us and Sheffield United have both got 7 points. They've just scored a goal more than we have. Sunderland, as you can see, no wins, no draws, 5 losses, 1 goal scored, 7 goals conceded. That, to me, screams that we have to go and win this tie. It's as simple as that. We have to get to Wembley because of how poor Sunderland are. Yes, our away form, especially of late, has not been good. You know, Derby, Plymouth, Luton, we've all been there. Not great, but when you come up against a team that literally can't score a goal, and we're starting at home, like Claudia says, we think we get a bit of an advantage starting at home. If we can go up 2 or 3-0 in this first leg, then it's not going to get overturned, is it, in the second leg? So, like I say, the best form team tends to be the one that does well.
Okay. Right. Brilliant. I love it. So now how are you feeling, Vicky, after seeing that?
Pretty much the same, really.
Brilliant. What about you,
I'll tell you
Claudia?
what, actually, on the way home tonight, this is a sign that we're going to get to Wembley. On the way home tonight from work, all of a sudden, at the corner of my eye, something blue lit up. And I looked up and it's like one of these big billboards. And it suddenly came up saying Wembley again, ole. I think it's Monzo Banker doing some sort of advertising thing. And that was sort of suddenly flashed up. I thought, that's a sign, we're going. So there you go.
You're right, Vicky. It's a billboard. It is a sign. Jack says about stats. Sheffield United, 8 playoffs. They've never been promoted via the playoffs. 8 times now. They get promoted by getting promoted 1 or 2, or in the top 3 of the division below. But they've never won via the playoffs 8 times. So be interesting. I'm just really looking forward to tomorrow. I think just the atmosphere, and the atmosphere it says a lot. And we have been doing well. I've said it a few weeks now, over a few weeks, where we get big crowds. We've actually got quite a good win percentage. So, we should be positive. And I think the difference is nowadays, the crowd are behind the team when we get a big crowd up there. You know, I've been to places, and we all have, away from home, we go to places where they've got a big crowd, and as soon as they're struggling, they get booed, they get screamed at. You know, there's no atmosphere, that kind of thing. You get that at Sunderland, to be honest. We've been there, seen it happen. But we're different. It's like a siege mentality now. It's actually turning into a fortress, which we've been saying, haven't we, all along? We want a fortress CBS, and it does feel like that. Everybody seems to be singing off the same hymn sheet. So I think it's marvellous. So we've got a really good chance purely because we are the 12th man, and I think it will help. I think it really will help, especially tomorrow.
Well, I'm still worried about the refereeing in these games. I think really the EFL should have brought in top quality referees for these 4 games, even for Sheffield United and Bristol. I think they should be top refs for this. I'm a bit worried about the refereeing tomorrow, because if things start going against us because of the referee, you know how irate our fans get. But I just want to say, I don't think I've ever heard Super Ben Wilson sang so loud in all my life. The whole ground sang that last weekend, and it was just unbelievable. Sat there, and the whole stadium was singing Super Ben Wilson's in goal, and that for me, like you've just said, Claudio, it just tops it all off. Really tops it all off. Right, Vicky. Go on.
Sorry, I was just going to say it was being sung outside the East Stand before the team news was even announced. It was almost like the fans knew at 1:30 or whatever it was, probably about 11 o'clock, an hour and a half before kickoff. It was being sung, and it was like, wow, I think we know what we're in for. If Wilson's on the team sheet, the game was already done, it felt like.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely boosts it. What have you seen, Claudio?
Oh, I was just thinking if I'd have watched the show on Thursday, they'd have known he was on the team sheet.
You were subtle, to be fair. You were subtle.
Vicky's going to read out some comments for us tonight to give Claudio a break. Are you ready, Vicky?
I am indeed. Actually, somebody talking about the crowd. John B's put, we need a fast start tomorrow night. Crowd are key. Wall of noise. Get behind them. Believe. So just pretty much what we've been saying. So I think that's the key, isn't it? Good atmosphere, nice and early, and good start. Because I think we've spoken before, haven't we, Claudia, about we know early on how we're going to pan out. So yeah.
You're dead right, Vicky.
Yeah.
Dead right.
Leon has said, I'm just happy the season isn't over and we get to be together again. What will be, will be. Very pragmatic. Doug Boldham said it's genuine about tats. Even Frank's mentioned it. So yeah, I think that I don't think that's a joke. I definitely think that's something that's happened.
That's unbelievable.
Paul Stratton's put CBS will be rocking. Let's make it an intimidating fortress. Get this done in the first leg. They have no form, no confidence. 2 to 3-0 at least. They can't switch on form. Apparently Wilder's not happy. I think that's probably because that goal got ruled out. So that's cheered me up because I don't like Wilder.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Right, David Blackwell's put, what happens? It'll be 1 goal. Looking at our away form, we need at least 2. So I think that seems to be a common theme from quite a few of the comments where people are saying, and I think like a couple of you have said, haven't you, we really could do with a couple of goals to take up there, just to take the pressure off, and so that Claudio can enjoy his beach towel. Right, there's some entries for spot the ball.
Yeah, we'll get that up again soon.
There you go. Mark Rainbow's put the only change to the starting 11 will be De Silva for bidders, and then Brandon to come on with 25 to 30 minutes left. Peter Stevenson's put tonight's semi-final seems pretty fast-paced. Do you think the game tomorrow will be a quick start? What do we all think to that?
Well, I got to watch Arsenal's second half last night. I thought, oh, hey up, I can watch a little bit of football here. And I thought this is going to be a bit like the night before that I heard about and the highlights I watched. There's nothing like it. So you may be watching a fast-paced game tonight. You wait till tomorrow. It'll probably be sideways, backwards. We might be all stopped.
It's frantic, this Bristol City Sheffield United. It's fast-paced, but it's just frantic, basically.
Wow.
There's a little control in it whatsoever.
Someone's going to get sent off.
Yeah. It's just frantic. And it's funny how you watch these other teams playing, you're thinking, we can beat these, as you're watching it. It's weird. That's the sort of division it is, though, isn't it?
Well, that's it, isn't it? On the day, whoever's got the better... Who turns up, really? I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's always who turns up, and anybody can beat anybody. It's just a really weird league, but it's also what makes it such a great league.
Well, look at Luton. I mean, they had 3 wins in a row, and they go to the Baggies and were absolutely awful.
Yeah.
On the day they
did nothing, had they, for a week? So like,
so there you go. It's almost like the nerves got to them. They thought they probably won't have to really get a result because Hull will mess up, and of course. They've stuffed themselves, haven't they?
Yeah.
And unlucky.
Well, do you want me to do some more comments, Miles, or move on to the next subject?
No. Carry on.
Cool. So Nicholas James has put, Frank did allude to EMC being available for the playoffs. And then he said, you're right, Miles. Hadji can finish brilliantly. We've seen him be unplayable.
Yeah.
That's what we want. That's the version we want tomorrow, isn't it?
Oh yes, yes, please. Had you like doing his
Adam
little-
Thomas has put, "Wouldn't be surprised if Miles adopts Tatsu."
He's ace. I love him. I think he's brilliant.
I'm just going through the spot the board numbers so just to see.
Yeah. No worries.
There you go, and seeing that board as well. Apparently, the Monzo boards are promoting the team everywhere, so that's the one I saw.
Nice.
It'd be funny if there's one in Sunderland as well in Sky Blue.
Hey, you never know.
Peter Stevenson's, but my voice hasn't been right since Saturday. I'm hoping I will be able to speak over the weekend. I know, I think we're all a bit quiet. The end of the season's taking its toll, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've been sucking on Fisherman's Friends all week trying to sort myself out.
You were?
There you go. So most of the other music's put. The first leg will be the 100th cover appearance for Sims, and the second leg will be the 100th appearance for Van Newick. Oh, interesting.
Wow. There you are. So they're both going to score.
Yeah. And isn't the final the 100th appearance for Wilson? I'm sure I read that the other day.
Could well be. Yeah. Yeah. Could well be. I was going to say as well, Ben Sheaf, if you're watching, I hope your wife's okay. They're expecting a baby any day soon. So if you see him running off at half time, you know why.
Oh, don't let. No, I mean, fair play to him. Bringing life into the world is obviously more important than football. But please, please don't go into labour tomorrow or Tuesday. Thank you.
I'm sure his wife will let him play.
As Roy Keane says, he's not having the baby. So there's a guy at work who's not going to the game tomorrow because his wife's about to give birth. And
I'll tell you a story about that, shall I? Shall I tell you a story?
I'd have risked it.
I'm going to tell you a story. So when Cheryl was expecting with Will, England were playing Greece. And she said, "Oh, I've got pains. And I says, "Well, you can't go into labour yet." I says, "Because in the morning we've got to go and buy a koi carp for Will. When he's born, he's going to have his own fish because we had our own fish pond." And I said, "You can't go into labour because when I come back, I'm going to sit down and watch the England game." All right? And she says, "No, I'm going into labour." I said, "You're not." I said, "Not having it." So anyway, she I don't know what happened. I think she became okay all of a sudden.
Penalty, red card. Penalty, red card. Sheffield United have got a penalty, red card for Bristol City.
No. Go on. I'll tell you the story after. Carry on. Go on and run us through it then, Jack. What happened?
There was a ball over the top. Was it Campbell running through, and then the Bristol defenders just got the wrong side of him and dragged him down essentially. So no double jeopardy rule in play because he's played the man, not the ball. Was Kiefer Moore. Kiefer Moore's gone through. Rob Dickey's dragged him down.
Yeah,
literally over the shoulders, pulled him down. That's a blatant penalty. That's a red card as well because he's not attempted the ball. And I haven't got the penalty yet because I'm behind, but someone might beat me to it in a minute.
Oh no!
Stupid challenge. Stupid. Let him shoot.
Yeah, let him shoot. Keeper could save it. He could miss. Yeah. He's about on the penalty spot and been dragged down. So
that's the same ref we had at Luton, by the way.
It is. Yeah, same ref.
It is.
Harrison Burrows' goal. Is it Harrison Burrows? I think.
Yeah, he's a penalty taker. I think he's a penalty taker.
Yeah, it is Burrows. Yeah, 1-0. Stroke of half time. They've got 2 minutes to play of injury time. A goal and a man down. I think that's the time.
Right. We're playing Sheffield United then.
Yeah. I think that could be that.
Well, I'll finish my story now. So anyway, after the England game, I said, "Right, I'll take you to hospital now." So we took her to hospital. They said, "Oh, no, you're not in labour." I said, "See, I told you we weren't in labour." Got home. About an hour later, she got even more pains. Put her in the bath. Next thing we know, we're back in hospital. And in the morning, Will's born. There you go. So I did this England game.
So I
Was that the David Beckham free kick one? That game?
Yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I did this in England game.
you should have called him Beckham then, surely.
Or David.
No. So there you go. That's the story about. Yeah. Mad. Crazy. Right, we'll get some more comments in just a sec. I just want to do some housekeeping. Right then. First of all, spot the ball. Get your guesses in. Where's the ball? Have a go. Where do you think the ball is? There's some correct answers already, I can see. So please have a go tonight. And you can win yourself a little prize. Also, we have get your player of the season in, win next season's home or away shirts. Get your votes in. Email only, please. SkyBlueFansTV@gmail.com. We're going to run it until after the playoffs. So it's running until the 16th of May at midnight. That's a good one. And then Ted Stocker. You can watch it now on YouTube on our channel, or you can listen to it on Spotify. And I listened to it today. It's absolutely brilliant. How old is he now, Claudio? 89?
87.
87. And
Good age.
I'll tell you what, some stories there, weren't there, Claudio? About Terry Gibson, one of them.
Yeah, Terry Gibson, about the sacking of John Sillett. Brief chat about 87. Of course, he was the vice chairman then. Yeah, it was really good. Really, and also the stadium, the new stadium, and some shenanigans about that.
Yeah. So
it's interesting because he says, I think I'll be all right now to say this. I'm thinking, well, you're 87. Just say, I shouldn't worry about it, Ted. Just say what you want to say, mate.
Yeah, just say it. Why not? Just say it. It's absolutely brilliant. Listen, or you can watch it now on YouTube. If you want coach travel to Sunderland or Wembley, head over to ccfctravel.co.uk and you can get your travel there. And if you haven't booked out your car parking yet for tomorrow night, head over to coventryparking.co.uk and you can get your parking along there. Now, there was something Anne Joyner mentioned earlier, and I'm going to do it.
What's that then?
Right, basically, car parks now at the CBS Arena, you get 30 minutes free. But, where is it? But, Anne Joyner says, just a heads up about parking at the CBS Club shop. Although you have 1 hour free parking, if you are there for 30 minutes or more, you need to scan the QR code at the shop counter. Then you put in your reg number, and it's not that obvious, she says. It's on the counter, but it's not that obvious. So make sure you do it when you're at the till. If you're going to the club shop tomorrow morning and you want to spend longer than an hour to buy a load of merchandise. Also, she said, if they haven't got your size in, ask them, because they've got loads of stock behind the scenes and they're not restocking the shelves for some reason. So, Coventry City, Doug King, you know what I've said to you before. Come on. Please, put the boxes behind the counter, because everything's in the sale. Put the boxes behind the counter of all the sizes. Get your shop assistants to stand by the clothing and say, if your size isn't up there, go up to the counter. They've got them behind the counter. It's easy. It's not hard. It's easy to do. Yeah, I had to order a shirt and that online because you didn't have the size in the shop. I asked the lad if he had them back behind the thing. I don't think he could be bothered to go and have a look, to be honest with you. So come on, sort it out. They're not on minimum wage anymore. They're on a good wage. Their wages have gone up now. So they're on a good wage. Sort them out. Let's do it. And if you want someone to come in and manage the shop as well.
That would be my worst nightmare, wouldn't it? Imagine that. You'd be wearing all the stuff all the time. You'd have...
I know what I got this week. So there you go. Anyway, also, now listen, I was very lucky because I thought I'm not risking getting me tickets for Sunderland online because I know what will happen. It'll all go Pete Tong. So Martin, my cousin, he went down 8 o'clock Monday morning. Guess who was watching the sunrise at 8 o'clock 5 o'clock in the morning? Have a guess who was there at 5 o'clock in the morning on what day was it? Wednesday. Who do you think was there?
Well, I think we know who's there.
We all know we've seen the social media.
There he is. He was down there in the morning, Mr. Cat. Bless him. Do you know what? I love him though. He's brilliant, you know, when you talk to him. He cracks me up. But he was down there 5 a.m. with his tent. And he was watching the sunrise. Also, I don't know if you know, we've got a new football. Whoa, that's sexy, isn't it? Hey, they're using that tonight, aren't they, Jack?
The camera's miles away. I can't tell.
Oh, okay. Is it still 1-0?
Yeah, half time.
Okay, half time. Brilliant. So we got a new ball for the playoffs.
You can't beat the Tango World Cup ball, though, can you?
No, you can't. No, you can't beat the Tango. But that ball there has got Ellis Sims' hat trick written all over it.
He's due one from John Busby as well, who robbed him of that against Sheffield Wednesday and cost me lots of money that I still haven't forgiven him about.
He is. He's definitely due one. Hey, we ain't got that Busby on Tuesday night, have we?
No, tomorrow.
Oh, we got him tomorrow night.
On Tuesday.
Oh.
Tuesday's Andrew Madley on Tuesday, isn't it? The Premier League ref.
Oh, that'll do. I'm happy with that then. And Coventry Rugby Club, they've congratulated the Sky Blues for making the playoffs. So thank you, Coventry Rugby Club. I think they had a cracking season, didn't they? As well, which was good.
Yeah.
So well done to Coventry Rugby as well. Right then. So here we go then. Here's a question for you. How many goals then? I know we've touched on it, but truthfully, how many goals do you think we need to take into Tuesday, Vicky?
Well, on the basis I've predicted 2-1, 1, but I actually think probably 2. I think 2 would be more comfortable, wouldn't it? I think it just allows for some degree of error. So yeah, 2 ideally.
2, yeah. Okay. Claudio?
I still think 3. I really do.
Yeah. 3 goal cushion. Claudio's frozen. Or he's just bored.
So, and that's why you were saying earlier about the team selection and that, and what might happen. I'm just thinking, you know, if it doesn't go quite right tomorrow, there's still another game, isn't there? And you can still turn it round. So that's why I think we need 3 goals to make sure they can't turn it round, because I don't think we'll get battered up there. That's for sure. It won't happen. So 3, yeah, it'd be party time on the bus.
On the way up and on the way back.
Yeah.
The trouble is though, we don't never do these things easy, do we?
No, we don't.
There's no way that we're going to win 3-0 tomorrow and go up there and just have like an easy day. It's not the Coventry way. We like to make ourselves suffer.
Yeah, yeah. We have done in the past, haven't we? We've definitely suffered. Jack, are you happy with your prediction, or do you think we need more?
I think if we go in 2-0, we'll be very happy. I don't see Sunderland scoring more than 2 at the Stadium of Light. So even if we go in 2-0 and they get 2 at home, there's a chance we'll nick a goal, or you know, it gets to extra time and pens, and that's okay. I'd rather it go to pens than lose in normal time, because obviously it's a lottery. And the last time we got promoted, we won a penalty shootout, so don't forget that. I think 2 will be fine. 3 would be cushy. 1 would be enough to worry the Black Cats. And even if it's 0-0, we like doing things the hard way. We're Coventry City. We've done it the hard way in the last 2 times we had playoffs. So as long as we don't go in behind, I think we can still come through and win the tie.
You know, you see, I said 3-1 because I couldn't copy Claudio, but I think we need 3 goal cushion. To be honest, I think with the way our away form, I know it's not the league, I know it's the playoffs, and playoffs are different, and the players and mentality is different. But I think we need a 3. I think we need a 3 goal cushion going into Tuesday night, just so you can just enjoy the trip up, and then you know that all we need is one goal if they score 3 to win it. You know what I mean? So even if they scored 3 goals and we just nicked one at the death, we've won it, haven't we? So I think we need that 3-goal cushion, to be honest. I'd definitely take it. Definitely. So, yeah, right. Okay, Claudio, have you got some stats for us about Coventry City and Sunderland?
Well, it's like I said earlier, I can do it off the top of my head now.
Go on,
So they've not beaten us since 1985. The goal scorer that night was Nick Pickering, believe it or not, before we signed him. And in 1977 was the famous game. Well, it's the last time they beat us, and that was at our place. But they tend to forget that we beat them at their place as well that season, and they got relegated. In terms, I think the last time we beat them, I think Jack mentioned it was 2007 was the last time they'd beaten us in all fixtures.
Yeah.
I mean, away from home, I think we've drawn. Is it something like 5 and 1-4? I think the last 9 times we played them, and they just really struggle. They've got. I mean, it hasn't always been like that, to be honest, because normally at their place we've been rubbish over the years. It's just at our place, but to not win anywhere for 40 years is quite astonishing. And I think it's going to continue. I really do. I think it's just one of those things. And like I said earlier, we haven't played them for because they never got relegated from the top flight for 68 seasons. We didn't play them until 1967 in the league. So I think that apart from Arsenal, but Arsenal came they were relegated, and we ran about First World War. So they were like the longest running team of the big clubs that we hadn't actually played until the 60s in the league, because we beat them in the cup as well. When they were a second division team, we were third division in front of 40,000 at Highfield Road. And Jim Brown reminded me that there were probably more there, but the Cov fans broke the gates to get into the ground. And like I says, in recent games, all the big crowds we've had, we've won every single one of them. That's something, because I know as fans, you always used to say, "Oh, typical City, we get a big crowd up there and we play bloody rubbish, don't we?" Well, not in the last 10 times we haven't. We've won every one. So it's quite impressive, and I think it's down to the crowd. I really do, lifting the players. But in terms of the stats, Miles, if you're a bookie, you're betting on Coventry to win tomorrow. Just looking at the way things are, and they are. So. Yeah, be interesting. And
I mean, you say that, and we've got our bogey teams as well, haven't we? With the likes of Preston. We broke that this year. We broke Swansea curse this year as well, which worked in our favour. So yeah, it is. You got to be thinking that. I mean, when is it that we go into a game and we're favourites? It seems a bit daft, really, considering they finished above us. You think they would be favourites, wouldn't you? Because they finished where they have. But yeah, it's all down to tomorrow and the 12th man. And being on a Friday night, it's going to be electric, isn't it? I mean, Friday, everyone, people are going to have a half day tomorrow. Damn well people are going to have a half day. They're going to go in the pub all afternoon. They're going to be well up for it tomorrow night. Even I'm off tomorrow and I'm going to get up there early. Well, I'm coming over on the train, so I've got to plan me bus and everything, because loads of roadworks in Leamington. Me bus from my village, I've got to go an hour earlier than I would normally because of the roadwork, so I don't miss the train that I want to get. So, I'm going to be in the pub from about 3:00, which would be nice, in Lem, and then head over on the train, which would be brilliant. So I'm looking forward to it. And you know damn well that's going to happen. And Singers Corner and the rest of the ground, not just Singers Corner, the rest of the ground is just going to be buzzing, isn't it? And if we all wear sky blue and get on your seats for 7:45 tomorrow night, remember? So get on your seats for 7:45 tomorrow night. I've been asked to ask that tonight. So tell all your friends and family out there.
You need to put that on socials, Miles.
Yeah, we'll get it up later on. We get Jack in his hat to put something up, probably, because he's good at doing all socials.
Is that what you told Cheryl, that I need to leave really early because there's lots of traffic on the roadworks?
No, honestly, no lie. The roadworks to get from my village, the roadworks to get through Leamington the way the bus goes to get to the station, honest, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So I've got to get an hour earlier bus to make sure that I don't miss the train that I want to get to the ground for. Simple as. That's it. Honest, it's true. Right, let's get some comments in.
This is from Nicholas James.
Wait a minute, what's that?
It's an essay, isn't it?
You can't even see Jack and Vicky.
It's War and Peace, isn't it? He's
by
on the coach.
Way, before that, happy VE Day, everybody. Sorry. There you go. Carry on.
Yeah, we lost. Anyway, Nicholas James, their team being youngsters have no experience in the team that will play into our hands, as I think mental strength plays a massive part in these knockout one-off games. We have experience from our manager through to the squad, and we will make it intimidating for their young boys tomorrow. We go ahead, they will capitulate completely, and their fans will either go silent or get on their backs, more so in the second leg if they are behind. See, I'm telling you, he needs to be in that changing room.
Do you want to say that again? Come what?
Capitulate.
Capitulate.
Oh yeah, Jack Brown.
Them out.
Jack Brown not happy. I'm a Sunderland fan. I'm a Sunderland fan, and all of you childish. You're all childish, wearing a mask of Jimmy Hill. You need to grow up. You started it.
I was going to say, if they stopped singing about it, we'd stop wearing the mask. Simple as. Yeah. Well, that's never going to stop now, though, is it?
It's always really weird with that as well, isn't it? Because, so obviously, same as you, Jack, 1977 is before our time. And for years, I didn't really even know anything about that being an issue. And then all of a sudden, about 10 years ago, their fans suddenly started getting all aggressive about it. And I was like, what is this all about? And so... And it's also to be younger people that also wouldn't have been around in 1977. It's like a really weird thing that's become an issue decades after it even happened. It's odd.
Well, I was alive, but I don't remember it because I was too young. But what was his name? Jack Brown.
Yeah.
Jack Brown needs to get a sense of humour. They obviously haven't got one in Sunderland.
Well, I suggest after this, people listen to episode 28 of the... that's Black Cats TV. That's the pod I was on.
Yeah, he likes them all.
With a sense of humour.
Sense of humour. See what I mean? Well done. Do you know what that deserves? Hold on. You know what that deserves, don't you?
Takes you about 5 minutes to find it, Miles.
No, I've got it. That deserves one of these.
If you go to episode 28 of the History Podcast, me and Jim did one called We Love Playing Sunderland, and it's really good, actually. It's not a Mickey take of Sunderland at all. It's a historical thing about all the games against them, and we talk about 77 and all the myths about it and what's the truth and what isn't.
You know what, though? Do you know what? Jack Brown's going to have a shot when there's 31,000 wearing these tomorrow.
Someone put a comment which I can't now find that said, if he doesn't like the mask, wait until he hears Claudio's elephant later.
No, he's doing a tiger tonight, remember?
Mark Rainbow, the only change to the starting 11 will be De Silva for bidders. BTA will come on with 25 minutes left. Pete Stevenson says tonight, where are we? Tonight's semi seems pretty fast. Oh, you said that, didn't you? Pretty fast paced from the start. Do you think our game tomorrow will be a quick start? I read that one out, didn't you?
Have we got an update? Have we got an update, Jack? Is there any action going on?
Just kicked off in the second half. Bristol City made 2 changes. So they've used 3 subs already now.
Wow. Okay. Rightio. There you go. Go on in, Claudio. Nothing to report then.
Paul Stratton says, do you think Sims is deluded on his ability? Matty Godden on fire. Adam Toms said, wouldn't be surprised if Miles adopts Tats soon.
We had that one as well, Claudio. Come on. Just a note on Matty Godden. Go and listen to the show we did a few weeks ago interviewing him. It's absolutely fantastic. And put a bet on. He always scores against Wickham. And they played Wickham the other week and he got 2, I think. And they're playing him again. So go and put a bet on Matty Godden to score against Wickham in both legs.
Yeah, that's down to us. He's on this run of form. Sky Blue Fans TV have done it again.
Pagagon, sort out the stewards. The turnstiles at City are terrible, especially with new customers not knowing how to use them. Unfortunately, we still can't manage big crowds at the CBS. All I know, if you have a printed ticket, and it's happened for years, the bar is too big for the slot. It's absolutely useless.
Put it on your phone.
Well, yeah, some people, a certain age, I don't mean me, struggle with stuff like that, don't they?
You want about you.
Claudia,
you do know tomorrow's ticket has been digitally put onto your season ticket.
Mine's on my phone.
Because say he's not sat there anyway because he's in Prawnio Bacio land.
He's having Prawnio Bacios and stuff, and yeah.
He's still got his strap on, hasn't he, my lad? So he's got to keep wearing it.
Hey, what?
Oh dear! Hold on, we're on the wrong show here.
He's not wearing that to Sunderland, is he? On Tuesday.
It's the wrong show. If you just tuned in, it's not what you think it is.
Graham Cockrell says, so many Premier League games on Saturday is why we haven't got a Premier League referee. Possibly, but we had one before. It just depends, isn't it? They do mix it up, I think, for some games.
I'm sure they can do 2 games in 2 days. Surely.
But some of these refs, they're borderline, aren't they? Well, they're borderline, aren't they, between Championship and Premier League, some of them. Mick Kelly says, why have we given more tickets for away fans than Sunderland have given us? Are they worried we'll outsing them at the Stadium of Light?
We will anyway.
Paul Stratton says, to be honest, Claudio, Luton weren't that good against us. You're probably right there, actually. Peter Stevenson, I love the Championship. Yes, of course, we want to compete in the Prem, but we'll never win the Prem. So how do you think we will fare? There you go then. What do you think then?
We've had this question a couple of times. I'll go first on this one. I think we'll do all right. There you go. I think we'll stay up.
Yeah. Well, I actually think, sorry, Vicky, I'll quickly say we'll just basically have to spend money. If we don't spend, we go down. If we spend, we've got a chance of staying up. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Go on, Vic.
I was just going to say, I mean, realistically, we probably never will win the league, but we could get into Europe and have some exciting. I mean, fans of Nottingham Forest probably a couple of seasons ago were thinking, could they do it? And look at what season they've had, and so why couldn't that be us? With some sensible investment, we could be in the top echelons of the Premier League within a few seasons, and really get into some European football, which is my next dream now that I've fulfilled my Wembley dream.
And Vic, you say that about Nottingham Forest. The only reason they've done it this year is because their away kit's sky blue.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah. So, Jack, what do you reckon?
I think we do well to break Derby's record points tally, to be honest. I think that'd be an achievement. Can you honestly tell me, with the squad we have, yes, we'd go and get 25 new players probably. Can you honestly tell me you'd think we'd stay up?
Yeah.
Well, not with this squad.
Not with this squad, no.
Ipswich have gone and bought a whole new squad, and they're not doing it. They're miles away from doing it.
Yeah, but that's Ipswich. They're not
anyone that goes up within so the 3 that have gone up this year have come back down, right? So next season is the 5th consecutive season where there have been 17 of the same team in the Premier League, and it's only 3 different ones up and down all the time. We would be exactly the same.
No, we won't. No, we won't. No,
so you're saying Luton and Burnley, sorry, not Luton, Leeds and Burnley have both got 100 points, and we're more likely to stay up than they are?
Yeah, we are, yeah.
No, I'm sorry. You can all have a go at me in the comments if you want. Have a go at me for being a bit negative here. I just don't see us staying up in any capacity. It would be a whirlwind of a year. We'd be really upset come April. And then we'd all be like the Sheffield United fans are this season and say, oh, we prefer the Championship anyway. It's good fun. It's exactly what will happen. But I'll get to a few new grounds, so I'll be happy.
Claudio and Vicky, how long's you been part of the team?
3 weeks after today.
Yeah, go on.
The thing is with Forest, they
Ain't having
didn't.
that.
Forest
Ain't having
came like third bottom, didn't they? And they came up the league, got promoted against a Huddersfield team who were probably favourites to go through in that playoff final, who then get relegated the following season. We signed Jack Rodoni off them, but Forest went up and they spent money and they took the risk.
Yeah. I ain't having that.
You're gonna ban him as well.
I'm speaking to him again outside the ground. That's it now, Adam. Yeah, have a word, Adam. Adam, seriously. God,
To be fair to Jack though, he doesn't remember those days of like the Premier League when we know we can do it because we've been there.
Yeah, we know we can do
Yeah.
it. We know. We were in there 34 years, top flight of football, Jack. We know how to do it.
Look, what I will say is, even though my expectation would be that we get relegated, it won't stop me going to every game. It won't stop me cheering on the lads for 90 minutes every single game. I am 100% behind the team, no matter what. I'm not going to just give up and not bother going, but you know, my expectations and my desires are completely different. So, hope I've redeemed myself.
So you won't like it then that we're going to re-sign Victor Gyökeres, Hamer's coming back. You know, so you would. So even if we sign, let's just say we did make it, and we signed Victor back, and we signed Hamer back, we still ain't staying.
In the accounting world, we'd be throwing away sell-on percentages that we've got for both Vic and potentially Hamer as well. So I doubt we'd sign Vic back because we've got a 10% clause on him. So if we sign him back for 80 million, we've lost 80 million and the 8 that we'd potentially get for him going to a different club.
I just think, you know, come next season, if we don't go, we still need players, but the Premier League will get players in to do the job, to stay up. And nowadays, you don't need 40 points like you used to doing the old days of the Premier League. It looks like 30 points could keep you in that division now. You know, so I think if Bournemouth can do it, Brighton can do it, Fulham can do it, Palace can do it, I'm sure the size of the club, Coventry City, we can do it.
Claudio, you say 30 points to keep you up, right? I know Ipswich have been relegated on 22 with 3 games to play, so it could be 22. But the next best team is what we have to achieve, which is West Ham on 37 with 3 games to play. So that's still 40 points that we'd need to achieve.
Yeah, but 30 points would be enough, wouldn't it?
No, it wouldn't, because we're one of the incoming teams. So if we get 30, we'd beat the other 2 teams going up statistically. We wouldn't beat the next best team, which is currently West Ham.
But for the bottom 3 teams, if that's the most points, what's the most points third from bottom?
West Ham on 37, that's my point.
Yeah, so if they were on 30 points, they'd still be above Ipswich, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but we're not one of the settled teams. We're one of the incoming teams.
I don't care.
Go above that. Well, you can't just disagree with facts. We have to go one better than a current Premier League team.
Well, the fact is, 30 points wouldn't be in the bottom 3 this season, would it? That's what I'm saying.
That's only for an established Premier League team.
I don't care, established or not.
30 points, they'd still be relegated. What are you understanding?
To be continued on the coach up to Sunderland. 3.5 hours of this. Coventry says.
Jack, just.
Coventry says this. Ted Stoker podcast was brilliant. Didn't know that about Gibson. So you all want to listen to it now.
Yeah, you've all got to listen to it about Gibbo.
Paul Stratton says, Claudia, are you in the prawn sandwich tomorrow? Can you get them out again to watch the match? If so, atmosphere off the scale again. It is good up there. And I actually think they've put in more bodies than they should have done, because when Luke was trying to get through with his crutches, it was a nightmare. He couldn't get through the tables. And so it's definitely packed it out a bit more. And also people were exchanging their tickets because there wasn't hardly any empty seats, was there, on Saturday? You know, it's it works. That system does work. People were buying the tickets on the ticket exchange. Martin Light says Ted Stockett interview was awesome. Silit sacking and what he said about Brian Richardson and failing to vote him out of the boardroom. Shame he didn't succeed. Yes, as fans, we never, ever, ever get to hear what happens in the boardroom, do you? Really, you never know. It's like a MI5. It's an air of mystery around the whole bloody thing, isn't it? Mark Ramer says, when Cheryl was pregnant with our daughter, she'd got admitted to hospital while I was at the game. We were playing Liverpool. It's the only game I've left early, but only after McAllister got there second in the 86th minute. It was hanging on, was it, to see what happened? I was a bit worried though. He said when Cheryl was pregnant, I thought, oh yeah, Miles, you know about this.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that one.
Can you translate this for me, Prawnio Baccio?
Jax, Lambertardi è felice e positivo. Il Coventry farà bene in Premier League.
He's saying, Jack, shut the up and be positive about the Premier League. That's what he's saying.
Exactly.
He said,
Cov will do well in the Premier League. Yeah.
Did I just do that right? Yeah, I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
See, I can speak Italian as well.
You got to be careful because he's in Naples and they do things to people in Naples.
Oh, yeah. Horses' heads and everything.
Black Cats TV says, never say never, Claudio. Oh, I remember what you said off air, actually. That they're not that confident. Paul Stratton says, only way we don't win tomorrow if the ref sends off one of our players. Otherwise, we win 2-3-0. Never been so confident of a win. 3 goals killed the game in the first leg, says Robin Fletcher. I think we do need to take goals to Stadium of Light. And to be honest, it's credit to both clubs that we've done. I mean, Sunderland, to be honest, with the team they've got, they are so young, but they had such a great start to the season, didn't they? The sort of start. If we'd have had their start, we only finished 7 points behind them. We were about 20 odd points behind them, weren't we, at one stage? Yeah. Craig Robinson says, Miles, 3 goals. For us to be sure for Tuesday night, it's going to be a totally different game on Tuesday night at their place. Bomber Bidwell. He says Oliver Langford kills another game, like at Luton v Cov for a red. That should have been a yellow. This guy's not good enough for the MLS.
He ain't going to be ref for the final, is he?
But yet again, he was very quick, wasn't he? With that card, Jack, he just pulled it out straight away. And it's the same. It's the same. The way he did it at Luton, he did exactly the same sort of. The way he did it, it's just the same. Just smug little kid.
I think it wasn't he the one that sent off a Sunderland player as well. The game before, I'm sure that I think he's done that about 3 times in recent weeks now. Sent someone off really quickly.
Yeah, well. Mark Patman says, I think Coventry will give Sunderland a good old-fashioned drumming on Friday night.
I can't believe that. Sorry, Karen.
How can Sunderland beat Coventry after scoring 1 goal in 6 matches?
I can't believe that the EFL are letting a referee like him take charge of a playoff semi-final. I can't believe it.
Well, they must rate him. That's what I can say. They obviously do.
Oh, I've got a guest. Just walked in.
Oh, what you got?
Can you say hello? Huh? I've got a special guest. Jack Radona's joined me. Come and say hello, Jack.
Hello, good evening.
Oh,
yeah, been listening so far. Very good show, yes. And Jack, we can stay up if we go up. Stay up. The reason why we can't do a Notts Forest or a Bournemouth or, you know.
I'm not saying there's no reason we can't. I'm saying we won't.
New players, but yeah. Be positive.
Fair play, Ken.
He's come to pick up a ticket. There you go.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
See,
Dodgy
I told you
dealing.
we have a special guest tonight. Oh, blimey. Sorry, carry on, Claudia.
This is from Black Cats TV. Claudio, our pod is up now. Thanks for joining the channel so many times this season. Great channel. Whoever wins this semi, I hope goes up. You must be fed up of me going on there saying that we're going to beat them. It's the same time. It's the same conversation every time I go on there. It's quite funny.
Before you do another one, I just want to get spot the ball up again. Everyone's last chance to have a go at this. Here you go. Get your guesses in. Where do you think the ball is? Numbers 1 to 12. If you are listening on Spotify, just have a guess, just for the crack. 1 to 12. It's your chance to have a guess. This is Leon Kelly against Middlesbrough last season, 2 seasons ago, sorry. And it was, I think that was the Saturday afternoon when we drew 0-0 to make it into the playoffs, actually. So get your last guesses in, and we're going to give the winner out very shortly.
Number 3.
Ken says number 3. There you go.
Still there, is he?
Yeah, he's here. Yeah. Skiving, isn't he?
Where is he?
He's here. He's here. Look. He can't hear anything because he ain't got no headphones on, but he's here.
I thought it was the pizza delivery man.
Pizza delivery man.
That's a different podcast. That is.
Oh, we don't have pizzas around here. Oh no, we're too posh for pizzas.
Ian Plimlott says, talking about the stewards now. Stewards used to work for the club. Now they work for an arena and are probably mostly agency staff. Yes. Colin Bramfield, Claudio, please don't go to the away game. We don't win. That's true. I've got a shocking record this season. That's why we've got to win 3-0. Yes, don't let Claudio on the bus, says on the up.
I'll look after Luca for you, Claudio. You just stay in Warwick.
We need to put his leg somewhere. I'm a bit worried about that, actually. He's just going to knacker himself up.
Dave Saunders has put, I need a new webcam. I've got a new webcam. It's not my webcam. It's the internet. It's the internet.
Black Cat says, will you be doing a live show in between the 2 playoff legs? Yes, we will be.
Sunday,
yes. Will King, Cov are massive. Prem, absolutely. Craig Robinson, what I find interesting is Doug investing, putting more money in the CBS, and Mike Ashley is, this upcoming new deal needs to be sorted, otherwise it will cost the club as in fines.
Sorry.
I
don't want to read that one out. It was a bit savage.
Oh.
He said it was Jack Rodoni, Miles, more like Jack Rotund, only messing Ken.
only messing Ken.
And also, just to let you know, Finn, that's also a different podcast that we do.
On the bus.
Oh, remember, make sure you leave your change on the bus, because they won't let you in, will they, at Sunderland, with all bits and bobs in your pocket? If you've got chargers and all that, they won't let you in the ground. But last time, actually, I think the away game, were you Jack in the meeting? Was it 300 and something pounds collected off the Coventry fans?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So they give to charity, basically. So that's.
I mean, at least they do something wholesome with the money.
Yeah.
Graham Cockles asked me to contact CWR
about getting in your seat, and that might be a good idea, actually.
About what?
People getting in their seat.
Oh yeah.
Just drop in the morning. Yeah,
I'll drop a call in the morning.
Cameron De Rossi says my 2 favourite clubs, Gliazzurri, which are Napoli and Sky Blue. Yeah, they are. They're both playing Sky Blue.
Although saying that, I don't think they want me on CWR.
Well, I'm going to be on a week tomorrow.
Yeah, we're on about tomorrow.
Just warn everybody.
I don't think they want me on.
But But I'm hoping it's like a pre-build-up show to the playoffs and not like just a review of the season.
It'll be a review of the season.
Probably will be, won't it? Adam Thomas says, I agree with Jack. Even new players, the standard of our squad would be miles away from the other Premier League teams. So probably read that one out before. We've got Chelsea connections, Jack. Come on, be positive, says On the Up.
Yes, Jack. Be positive.
Right.
We are going to stay up if we go up.
Brian Tully, he says, I agree with Miles. We'll stay up.
Thank you, Brian.
Mark Patman mentions you need to believe if you get the right players. Quinton Cartwright says, it's still 1-0, by the way, 20 minutes to go. Quinton Cartwright, I see the club are putting new floodlights and turnstiles in the close season.
Hey, can I just say?
Yeah.
Can I just say? What did I say about the Bristol Sheffield United game?
What did you say?
Well, you said it was hectic. It was mad. It was
all
over the place. What did I say?
What did you say?
I said someone's going to get sent off.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Callum O'Hare's come on now for Sheffield United.
It's got to be said. It's got to be said.
Yeah.
What worries me is Bristol City's defending looks very similar to our defending a lot of the time during this game. It's a bit, yeah.
Has O'Hare took his handbag on with him?
Yeah, and his Alice band, and yeah. I haven't even seen him touch the ball yet. He's just running around.
Sarah Jane says, I'll read this out. It's a nice long one. Jack, I agree. Sorry, guys. We see some new grounds and we'd be depressed every week. And by the end of the season, singing Championship again at LA, but we'd have some more money to play with. You just never know, do you?
Look who's arrived, Jimmy Hill. Hello, Jimmy.
Dave Sports Photo says, Miles, I hope it's not the same lame orchestrated show of support. They always backfire. Notts County did something with black and white t-shirts or something, if I remember.
We've got Delia Smith coming out saying, "Where are you?"
No. Just everyone's got to be in the seats for 7:45, please. Yeah, 7:45. Yeah.
Jack says, you're right. 40 points is needed to beat the lowest established Premier League team. Yeah, I know that, but this season, 30 points would have been enough to stay up. I'm just saying, if you're 4th from bottom, you could have stayed up with 30 points.
I understand what you're saying, Claudia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's enough to stay up for an established team, but not enough for an incoming team. That's the difference.
Right, now we're gonna do spot the ball winner now. Are you ready? Yeah, we're gonna do spot the ball winner. They got a little video to play. You're gonna love the video. You're not seeing it yet. None of you have seen it yet. It's brilliant. Just hope we don't get done for copyright. So spot the ball. Here you go then. Where is the ball? The answer is number 1. There you go. Number 1. How many winners we got, Jack?
We've only got 5 winners today.
Oh, brilliant. So we'll let you get
scanning as best as I can. But we do only have 5 winners.
Brilliant.
I'm going to put everyone's name on there twice again, just so it fills up a little bit.
Ah, there we go.
Who are the winners?
Here we go then. Spin that wheel.
Before a spin, what's the prize, or is that a surprise?
Oh, no, it's just a Morgan coaster.
Isn't
it a coaster?
Right.
Yeah, we put a coaster in.
What about Jimmy Hill mask?
No. Well, they can have that after I've worn it tomorrow night.
Oh, dear.
All right.
There you go.
Right, let's go.
It's
building suspense.
And the winner is... Dave Sports Photos. Congratulations, Dave. If you email us your address, please, and we'll get that mug and coaster sent to you. Thank you very much. Thanks for everyone having a go. Brilliant stuff. Now, before we go, I've got a video to show you. I can't remember if you can hear the music on it. That's the only thing. Oh, well.
If we tested it.
Eh?
When we tested it pre-show, it worked.
Okay, cool. Right then, we might get done for copyright here. I'm not too sure, but we'll have a go. Now, this is a brilliant video from a few years ago. We were coming back from Wembley. I wasn't in the car. It was my cousins and that were in the car, and our mate Bluey in the car. You'll love it.
Shoot it to win.
Oh, that's it. Wembley finished. Yeah, next week. Oh, you twat! What was that? That's my fucking scarf! Fucking 24 fucking years old, you prick!
Oh, Bluey, what are you gonna
fucker?
Mick, you fucker.
So if anyone's seen that scarf on the M1 on the way back from Wembley, he lost his scarf out the window.
It's
Sorry,
2-0
Bluey,
United, by the way, everyone.
2-0.
Oh, who scored?
The right winger, is it Raksaki? Is that his name?
No, it's there's a crossing from Burrow, step over by O'Hare. Kiefer Moore didn't get to it, and somebody called Brooks put it in.
Brooks just put it in.
Jack, here's one for you. Can you do the spinny wheel thing for the 4 teams in the playoffs?
Sure.
Go on and quickly do it, and then we'll call it a night. So if you can do that. A couple more comments while he's doing that, Claudio.
Is Ken still there?
Yeah, he's here.
Oh, question for Ken. On a scale of 1 to 10, how disappointed are you that Jack is taking your place as Claudio's date for Sunderland away?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how disappointed are you that Jack is taking your date to Sunderland?
I'm very. I'll say 9. I've never given 10, but I'll say
9.
That's how good a date I am, you see.
Well, broken heart then.
Yeah, Ken's driving up.
stopping over and coming back next day.
Oh, he's stopping over, so he's got a date as well then.
Oh.
There you go. He's got a suntan here, you know. I don't know where he's got his suntan from. But you sit in a car.
I've had my window down and I've been out and I do just have a break and get out and have a little walk.
Oh, okay. Cool.
We'll have a break.
Gusto Audio, we'd have to treat every game like a cup game in the Premier League. We've got players who can step up to the level, but we need Premier League quality additions around them in defence, midfield and attack. It goes without saying, doesn't it, really? Oh, there we go. Evening, guys. This is Lee Lishman. Says, I hope there's not overconfidence with playing Sunderland. I'm worried it's written in the stars of Sunderland's ultimate revenge, beating Cov, then Bristol City, the 2 protagonists from 77. Well, there's no way Bristol is going to be in the playoff final, that's for sure. I can't see them getting 3 goals at Sheffield.
Well, you never know. Anything can happen.
Yeah. I think most people feel positive. So I think everyone at the ground, that's gonna transfer onto the pitch, I think.
It's going to be brilliant tomorrow night. Going to be brilliant. Right, we've done it, Jack.
Yeah, all ready to go.
Here we go then.
So who's going to win the playoffs according to wheelofnames.com? Shout out to wheelofnames.com. Oh, bollocks.
Oh, no.
Can you do it again? do it again till he gets to Cov.
What is that?
Okay, go again.
Right, try again.
Yeah, that was a trial.
There we go.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Right. And we got one last comment. I've seen one which is really good from On the Up. At the very
what
bottom.
is it?
This is the last comment because I love it.
This one?
No, that one. You just put it up. Yeah.
Well, he is, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Definitely is. Right, well, that's it then. We've come to the end of the show. I hope you've all had a fantastic night watching us. We've really enjoyed it again. We're really excited for tomorrow. I'm buzzing. And I need to keep calm because the chest ain't so good. And I really need to keep calm. But let's hope we get the 3 goals that we need and take up to Sunderland on Tuesday. The team will be back with you again on Sunday. Ken will be here with the team. And also Paul's going to join us again to give us the Sunderland view. And hopefully we go up to Sunderland with a lead. But you never know. This is the playoffs. Anything can happen. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. It'd be really appreciated. We really enjoy it. And thank you once again for all the amazing comments tonight, but also all the amazing comments that have come through on email for player of the season. People have been leaving comments. Absolutely love it. And people who just email us or message us personally. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your support. We'll see you on Sunday. Play up Sky Blues.
Play up Sky Blues.
Play up Sky Blues.
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.